What's up, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Elo Bandit, and today I will be covering all 5 matches of my Ladder Tour match against Toad, aka Smiletoad, aka Toad and his hacks, aka Shine Control. So, for game 1, we had a really cool matchup. I brought Dragonite Megairna and a Hidden Power Steel Greninja, and he opted to bring his Heatran, Genesect, and Mega Gallade. And this first matchup was actually pretty much in my favor because Dragonite does really, really well against his team. I am running Rock Tomb Earthquake, which beats Heatran, and I've got Z-Fly, which destroys both his Genesect and his Mega Gallade. So if we play the match, I pick my Dragonite, he leads with his Gallade, and unfortunately he does miss the Will-O-Wisp, although I don't think it really matters all that much as Z-Flying is able to take him out in one hit. So that's game 1 gone. 1-0 Bandit Toad. Alright, so then hopping into game 2, this matchup I decided to bring Mega Diancie, Megairna, and a Speed Control Vivillon, and Toad elected to bring his Empoleon, Bulu, and Camerupt. Now all of those 3 Pokemon are very slow, and the only grass type was Bulu, which is immune to Sleep Powder. It takes a ton of damage from my Flying Stab, so I really wasn't too concerned about what he could do to my Vivillon. So I decided to go Vivillon, thinking that I could speed trap all 3 of his Pokemon. However, he turns out to be a Scarf Tapu Bulu, lands his Stone Edge, and I end up going down to that. So I didn't know his set, and he ended up surprising me and taking me out for game 2. So that's 1-1. This is matchup 3. This matchup, it doesn't make as much sense unless you actually know the movesets, because I was actually using a special Dragonite here. Had I been using a physical Dragonite, I would have played it differently. But I have Fire EMZ Dragonite, which beats Mawile. It should beat Porygon 100%, and it has Ice Beam for Landorus. So, I didn't feel like Mimikyu would be a good option, seeing as he has Landorus with Speed Control, and he has a Mawile that might be carrying Taunt. And I didn't really want to go Aggron because I didn't want to get subbed up on by his Landorus. So I decided to go Dragonite expecting Landorus, and it didn't quite work out the way I thought it would. He actually went Porygon Z, which turned out to be Z conversion Ghost type. He's got Shadow Ball in slot 1. So I do land the Inferno Overdrive, chunking him pretty good. He shows Recover, which would beat me had I not just landed a crit the next turn and hacked out Toad and his hacks. Game 3 gone to Bandit. As we hop into game 4, we see that this time I brought Mimikyu again because I'm just spamming Mimikyu for some reason. I also am bringing a Venusaur and a Tapu Fini, and Tapu Fini looks like it destroys his team 100% because Porygon Z isn't a KO on Tapu Fini, and I should be able to just Z-move it, I think. Mawile is a roll in Fini's favor, and Landorus is not a Tapu Fini counter at all. So I did decide to go Tapu Fini. He picked his Mawile here, and if the EVs had been different, this match would have gone differently. However, I didn't have quite the defense stat to turn it into a 2-hit KO, or to survive a 2-hit KO, so he is actually able to take me out with 2 Play Roughs, as Rain-boosted Z-Hydro was not quite enough to finish off that, I assume, specially defensive Mega Mawile. And then that leads us to game 5. So this is the very last match of the series. We're currently tied 2-2. He's got his slow team that he brought previously, and I have the same Dragon Fairy Steel team that I brought previously. And this matchup completely came down to what sets we were actually using. I'm just going to play it, show what happened. So I picked Mimikyu, and he went his Empoleon, and the set that I am is a very interesting Thunderwave, Substitute, Pain Split, Fairy MZ set, which doesn't do very well versus Steel types like Empoleon. It can sometimes cheese you wins, since Thunderwave can get you full paras, and then you can just bring your opponent's HP down with Pain Split, bring your HP back up, and then land your Z-move. And in theory, it's a pretty cool set, I think, but in practice, it kind of has trouble versus some important Steel types, like this Empoleon, that I have to just get lucky and get full paras in order to KO. And unfortunately, that didn't happen this game. I didn't get the paras that I needed, and he ended up taking me out. I didn't have the right set. Had I brought Ghost EMZ, I think I would have won this matchup. Had I brought regular Curse Stalling, I think I would have won this matchup. So, in a way, this one was on me just for building the wrong Pokemon. But well played, definitely, by Toad. He made the right picks, and I just gotta say, GG, well played. Even though this did knock me out of the tournament, I'm pretty happy with how I played and the choices that I made this round. I think I had a pretty good run through the 1v1 Ladder Tour, and I hope to see you next time.